Hey everyone, my name is Rosie and welcome back to my channel. We're doing something very exciting today, and it's something that's new to me, which is always really fun. This artist has come across my Instagram feed who's doing something very unusual and very cool in the collage / book modification world, and that is book tunnels. This artist, Jessa Dupois, I think that's how you say her name, is basically cutting into old books from the cover down and creating these scenes, and it's like you're looking through the book. And I saw these and thought, we have to try that. Also, this artist does commissions and workshops on book tunnels. So if you want to check out her work, I'll leave a link to her Instagram in the description. I think the most important element of this project is the book that you use. And I think it should definitely have a hard cover and also be relatively thick. Because we're going to be cutting in from the cover and down into the book, you want a good amount of pages that you can cut into so you can create that depth of the tunnel. So I have two books here. I have sort of just this plain white one, which I think would work well, but I also have this field guide to birds. And if I take the cover off of this, it has a really nice, beautiful green cover in here. And I think if we keep this as themed just around birds, and use just bird images and maybe some leaves and branches, trees, that type of thing, it might be really fun to keep this all just bird themed and use the bird field guide and have it all be about birds. So I think I'm leaning towards this book, but I do also have just a white one that we could do sort of anything with. So that might be fun. If we like this, I can do another one, but I think we're gonna start creating a bird book tunnel and see how this goes. So let's jump into it. Let's talk about the plan quickly before we get started so we're all on the same page. So we have our book here, and the first thing we need to figure out is the shape of the hole we're gonna do. Now I've seen ovals, and I think that's really elegant, but I think that's a little bit advanced for this first time. So I think that we should just start out with kind of a simple rectangle. And the cover is the one that's going to have the largest hole. And then what we're gonna do from there is we're gonna count, I don't know, like 25, maybe 30 pages and go in a little bit and cut those pages a little bit smaller than the cover. And then we'll have that as a place to glue little birds and leaves and things like that. And then we're gonna count again, I don't know, another 30, 40 pages, and those pages will cut a little bit smaller than that last hole that we cut. And then we'll have another area to put birds and leaves. And then once we have all those cut out, we're gonna plan where we're gonna put our elements. So maybe we'll put a leaf here, maybe we'll have a little bird here, sticking out here. Maybe we'll have a bird flying across this page. I don't know what birds look like. This is why I'm a collage artist and not a real artist. That maybe kind of looks like a bat. And then maybe we'll have a branch sticking out here, and maybe there will be a bird on a branch and more leaves. So this will be the really fun part. Once we have sort of the basis of the book cut out, then we'll be able to add our elements. So that is the plan. We have to get this book naked, so let's take the book jacket off. I really am in love with this green color. And I also think that this project is really gonna offend a lot of book lovers. But I don't know, we destroy so many books on this channel. I think that, we're all here for it. I'm measuring out how big I want the border to be on this cover. And I'm thinking a 1/2 inch is probably good. So let's get that marked out. And I think if we just do a 1/2 inch all around, that would be nice and symmetrical. And will give us lots of space to put lots of elements. I've got the cover all measured out, so we're ready to start cutting. And I'm thinking if we put this sort of smaller cutting mat in between here, that might be a good surface to cut on. I'm also thinking an X-Acto knife is not quite enough for the cover of this book, so I have a box cutter. I really am not sure if this is the right technique, but I'm just kind of winging it, and I'm sure this will be fine. I think as long as we go slow and steady, this will work out really well. I do want the cover to look really nice, and so I think just going really slow with many cuts, but going really slow is the way to go.
I reach through mysterious ceilings, my only hope. I look for the things I don't know.
Whoa. All right, it's starting to happen. The corners are definitely the hardest part because you want them to be really crisp. So you gotta get up really close to the corner, make sure that's cut through.
I should be the last to know. We're all in this. I stand alone.
Whoa.
Show me where the
All right, we did it. Oh, that looks good. Okay, let's see what it looks like. That is pretty good. I don't think I could have asked for anything better. That worked out really well. I was a little bit worried this was gonna look really kind of crummy. And there are parts that don't look super great, but overall, I think that worked really well. I do think I want to cut the first couple of pages down to the same size as the whole and the cover, down to maybe a page that has a good amount of text, maybe the preface, because I don't think I want this sort of graphic showing it all in the next whole. So I'm gonna cut, I think, a couple of those pages. So I'm gonna use the same technique and put this cutting mat in between the pages. That seemed to work really well. And then I'm just gonna cut it exactly to the same size as the whole. And now I'm gonna start using an X-Acto knife again because I think that will be fine for just a couple pages. No, I really should be doing this backwards because you always should protect. You should always cover the part of the paper that you want to protect. Always cover that with the ruler. So I need to flip that around.
Honestly don't. I should be the last to know.
All right, perfect. I got that next layer cut out and I think that's looking really great. Now we have to figure out how big we want the next hole to be. And I think we should do a similar thing to the outside and do a 1/2 inch in on every side. I think that will be good.
Hello, Ramona. I mistook you for a dream. The engine glows. I guess you always seem to know. Hello.
Now, I think I want to do a good chunk of pages for this section, so maybe about 50. I don't think I'm going to be able to cut through all these pages with my X-Acto, so I guess I'll just do a much smaller chunk and we'll see if I can get through that.
I push back the serious feeling, the ends unknown. To get back the life I used to know.
All right, pretty good. Now we're gonna cut another set of pages that is the exact same size as the one we just did. All right, got all of those cut out. I do think that was maybe a little bit too big of a section to cut out, but that's okay, we got there. I think that layer is looking really great. I do think we want to do at least one more in here, and then we'll see what that looks like. But there's plenty more of the book left, so I feel like we should go pretty deep.
Stand alone. Show me where the ending goes. Honestly don't. I should be the last to know. We're all in this. I stand alone.
The next layer is complete, and I think that's looking really great. I do think this back page should be text like these other two layers and not images. And then I think we might be ready to add images after that. So let's cut a few more pages out and then we'll see what it's looking like.
Show me where the ending goes. honestly don't. I should be the last to know.
We definitely have to look through all of these cutouts and take out some of the birds that we like to use in the actual tunnel. And so I think that would be kind of a nice addition. All right, let's look at how this is looking. That is a tunnel. That's looking really great. And we're going almost all the way through the book, so I'm pretty happy with that depth. Next step is to collect a whole bunch of bird pictures and maybe some leaves and branches that we can use to arrange around our frame here. So I'm going to first start by looking at these cutouts that I took from within this book, just to see if there are any birds in here that are interesting, that are really particularly beautiful. I did cut a lot of them in half, so we're gonna have to go through and pick which ones are good, and then I'll look through some other books and other things for other images, and then we'll go from there.
Honestly don't. I should be the last to know.
I think we have enough images now to start putting stuff in the tunnel and start seeing what this might look like. I also tried to find a good amount of larger birds, but also smaller birds, so we can put maybe smaller ones in the background to really add that depth to the piece and that perspective. I also really liked this woodpecker because I thought maybe we can put him on the side here, like tuck him up there. Thought that was kind of cute. Maybe he'll go a little higher. I don't know. We gotta start just putting stuff in here and hopefully it looks good.
Hello, Ramona. I can't shake the simplest feeling.
I just realized I pulled a lot of birds that are all looking to the left. I think this one is the only one that's not looking to the left. And I do think we need some of that balance. We need ones looking towards the other way too. So they're sort of looking at each other. So that might be a problem. I think I'm gonna have to go back in and pull out a couple that are looking in different directions. That's kind of funny. I didn't notice that.
Beyond the ghost, we stand on the opposite shore. Hello, Ramona. I reach through mysterious ceilings, my only hope. I look for the things I don't.
So I've cut out a couple more birds that are facing the right, and that will help us with the balance of this piece a little bit more. So let's start getting some of these in here. As much as I like this birdhouse with the tree back here, I think it's taking up maybe a little bit too much room. So it either needs to go all the way in the background or I don't think it should be included. That's just my feeling at the moment. But maybe you can go back here, all the way in the back.
I stand alone. Show me where the ending goes. Honestly don't. I should be the last to know. We're all in this. I stand alone. Show me where the ending goes. Honestly don't. I should be the last to know.
So I think we have a really good balance of the elements here. I think there are a good amount of birds, good amount of leaves. There's enough going on, but not so much that it's overwhelming. I think we've hit sort of that good balance point. So I think the only thing left to do is glue everything together. Now I find it very helpful when I have a project with so many elements to take a picture of my project with my phone and then use that picture as a reference as I'm gluing. So then I can take things out of its place, but then reference the picture to make sure I know where everything goes. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not entirely sure what the best way to glue all this together is. I don't really want to glue the entire book closed. I like the idea of being able to open it at least a little bit. I'm just going to make sure every element is glued to at least a page in the book, and that should hold it together well enough. But there is definitely probably a better way to do this. I'm just not sure what it is.
Hello, Mona. I mistook you for a dream. The engine glowed.
And here is our finished book tunnel. I absolutely adore the look of this. I love the layers. I love all the little details. I love the depth. The color palette is great. And I love that we were able to create this bird scene within the field guide to the birds. I think that's a perfect story. The green of this cover, I think, was really an incredible find. And I think all the green throughout the leaves and the birds. I am so happy I attempted to make a book tunnel today. It came out great. Editing Rosie here. I just wanted to say 2 quick things before I finish this video. The first is my channel just hit 10,000 subscribers and I am shocked and so grateful. I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who watches my videos, everyone who subscribed. I know in the grand scheme of things, 10,000 subscribers is not that many, but for me who, I set out not really having the goal of any subscribers, I really just wanted to share the art that I was making. I am blown away that I was able to hit this milestone. So I just wanted to say a quick thank you. And then the second thing is I know my upload schedule for the past 2 months has been totally wacky and very unpredictable. I don't know what's going on. So I just wanted to say that I'm planning on fixing that in the next couple of months. I'm trying to figure out if maybe a different day rather than Thursday is a good day for me to upload. I'm doing some experimenting, so I thank you for being patient and bearing with me on that, but I will figure it out. Just wanted to say that I'm planning on being more consistent in the future. So again, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.